or rituals, but pay homage to where they came from. But yeah, like I definitely am a free spirit, and when I say free spirit, I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, I definitely cannot be boxed in. I definitely, you know, I'm just me. Like, I do not want to subscribe to just one thing. And that works for me. Some people need structure. And I think for me, I've had structure, I've had no structure, I've had some structure. And I think for me is when it comes to religion, I like to be free in my exploration. When it comes to life, I like to be free. I do trust myself that I know my limitations, and you know, and I keep it moving. I think you have to do what's best for you. But I definitely learned a whole lot over the years. Like, as you can see, like, I have the hamster. I think that's how you pronounce it. Like I said, I can't get caught up on pronunciations. Because I definitely speak the African American vernacular, and some of my words get remixed. Like, marker is not marker to me; it's marker. So, like, yeah, I'm just gonna be me. But this is the evil eye. I definitely wear these faithfully. Um, Let me see. I don't know if it showed up, but like, evil eye, I wear those faithfully just to keep you hating ass people away from me. I return all evil back to sender. And until they decide to leave me alone, I bind them in that evil. So I definitely, I'm definitely big on, like, spirituality. I love crystals. I wear crystals all the time. These are my favorites for right now. Um, yeah, so, and this one is a protection one as well. But it's more of protection for my spirit. This one is to release protection. So, like, if someone tries to harm me, like, it'll go right on. Get it right on back. So, but yeah, I love crystals. Charlotte actually knew about crystals before anybody even introduced her to crystals. That was a natural, innately thing that she knew. She loved rocks. It's so funny. I'm trifling as a parent, but one time, like, she picked up a rock. We was in Churchill, and it was a regular ass gravel ass rock. And she named the rock Eddie, because we used to take the dogs on walks, like, at different times and stuff like that. And I think this particular time it was night, and then, if you're in Churchill and it's night, you see some shit. But, like, we was seeing some shit, and then Charlotte ended up, like, picking up a rock while we was talking about some stuff, and it was a regular ass gravel rock, and she named the rock Eddie, and I was like, man, if you don't put that crackhead rock back down, like, cause this is not even really a rock. This might be like some made up shit. Like, I don't even think it was gravel. Like, it was, might have been a piece of concrete. And but she just was like that kid, right? When she was little, she could find things that was of value, far as stones and rocks. And then it just got to a point where it was like, well, she could name different crystals and rocks and stuff. So it's definitely amazing. Pay attention to your kids. Like, your kids come into this world with natural abilities. Pay attention to them, and see, what they bring into this world already knowing. Because she definitely knew a lot about those things way before I was on board with them even meaning anything. Like, I was just like, oh, that shit is pretty, but but then I would soon get into crystals and stuff like that. Matter of fact, Dante actually bought me my first, I had my birthstone period before, like in a necklace or a ring, and but this particular like set of bracelets like he bought me, and those joints ended up melting. Like the string ended up melting into the beads, and then I later found out like that mean that like I was really using that ability. So like I think those were amethyst and probably like white quartz, and yeah, they ended up breaking, and I even bought new string. I even, I had one of the beads, like I said, it had melted so bad, like I couldn't even get string through it. But I ended up buying new string, and just because he had passed away, I had kept the beads anyway because they were beautiful, and they were real. Like you could tell by the weight of them when they're real, and he spent some money on them, but I had kept him in a Ziploc bag, and when he passed away, like I had bought some new string, and it was like a heavy dutier string. Those things, it still broke. So I was like, you know what, those stones or crystals, those crystals needed to be cleansed, and I think I had used them to the max. So but yeah, like I love candles. Oh my gosh. I always knew I loved candles. Like even when I was little, I loved fire. But you learn not to play with fire. I got a story for that too. So I kind of like got away from fire because I played with fire and fire showed me, not to play with it. So, but when, like Dante and Charlotte like fragrance candles. I love just a regular candle, no fragrance, just the candle burning. Definitely at night or when I'm taking my baths. But I love candles. And that is a way I speak to my candles. I feel like I could find God through a candle. Like I just feel like, and it's not even a candle to me. It's the fire, and but I definitely, that's my take on things. I'm not subscribing to, other people feeling this way, but that's just my take on things. And I don't know if this video started over again, but it looked like I definitely am getting to that mark. So just in case, it is me again, Unapologetically T, and I am talking about my religious background and what I kind of subscribe to today. So I do burn candles. I have not burned candles in a couple of days. Right now I'm kind of just taking this break for me, and I'm getting some rest. And I'm getting reconnected with family and friends because, like I said, I isolated so much that I am having to rebuild these connections with family and friends. And I just want to say thank y'all to the ones that was real since day one. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all because y'all definitely could have told me to kiss y'all ass, but y'all welcoming me back with open arms. Oops. I had a Janet moment. But I would say I get fidgety. I've said in other videos like I have anxiety issues, but I think that's gonna always be a baseline for me. This is normal for me, and but I definitely do the candles. I still look at scriptures like from my Bible. Like if you look at scriptures in your Bibles, like definitely beneficial. I have the Bible, I have the Torah, I have the Quran. I have a lot of like other texts, religious texts. I'm trying to build up my hoodoo stuff. I got a lot of my hoodoo stuff is on my Audible. And I am not afraid to say like I believe hoodoo. I do say this. You do need to walk a fine line with doing things. Like for me, I don't believe in love spells with us whatsoever. Like, well, let me say this. I don't believe in love spells of trying to make somebody love you. Yeah, that doesn't. Or you just trying to make somebody love you that you don't know whether they love you or not. I do not believe in that. I believe in a love spell if it's for self-love. If you're bringing in, trying to open up your heart chakras or whatever for more self-love, or if you're trying to open up your heart chakra to accept love. But I do not believe in love spells when it comes to forcing people to love you and you don't know whether they love you or not, and you just forcing this person into your life. I feel like that is foul, that is wrong, and you're going to have some consequences. And so that's what I say, like, you have to stay in your lanes when you know, like, you're dipping into stuff. Like, if you feel like something ain't for you, like, don't do it. If it feels dark to you and it's too dark for you, like, don't do it. But there are light parts in hoodoo practices. I mean, you just have that, like, I felt like, what's the Spanish one, which is close to the Catholics? Is it Santa Sangria, something like that? I told you with these names. I'm being transparent. Like, I know what they are, like, if I look at them or if I research them, but, like, I just can't hold all my memories of everything I learned. But I definitely say, you know, your ancestors were practicing this. Your ancestors did have to have that they practice this stuff. Just like having an ancestor altar is not evil, and I might have said this in another video, but, like, why the fuck is you paying homage to your ancestors evil? Why do you view that as evil when you go to a grave site and you put flowers on a grave site? So what's the difference of having pictures of them in your house and you putting a bowl of food out there, or you putting fake money or real money out there, like, or you burning a candle, or you giving them a snack that you know that they like? Like, what is wrong? Why is that evil? Why is that evil? But you could go to a grave site and you can sit and you can put flowers on their grave site, but you can't honor your ancestors in your home. I feel like this, like, a lot of things that was being done definitely during slavery, colonial times, we had to hide it as our slave masters and you know, other people during that time, they were afraid of us. They were afraid of our power. They definitely was afraid of us, and they do not want us to know our power, and so we had to hide it. We do not have to hide anymore. You know, we don't. Like, this is the land of the free, and be yourselves. Like, you don't have to hide anymore. What you hiding for? So I would definitely say that. That was freeing for me, knowing that I don't have to hide anymore. You could call me a witch. You could call me whatever you want to call me. I don't self-identify as any of it. I mean, I will use the term witch just because, you know, that is a term that was used. However, I do not identify as a witch. I do not walk around wishing harm on people for no reason, or any reason at all, period. Now, if you do try to cause harm against me, or you try to do something to me, that's when I'm gonna pray you get what you deserve. And that's about as far as, like, my spell work goes. I do not do, like, bona fide spell work, and I do not shun people who do. I will say, like, I've done money rituals with where I, you know, pay for somebody to do it. And so, like, I've done that. I have done what is it? That soul tie one with the candles. I've definitely done that because I felt like somebody was attached to my energy that needed to let go, and they was not trying to let go, and they had me feeling like I was the one wanting to continue the relationship, and I really wasn't. I was ready to let go. So I've done that. I can't remember what you call that, but that's with, like, the candles. But, like, I don't do, like, I haven't gotten into, like, deep stuff. I'm gonna continue to learn and practice. But most of my stuff is, like, I definitely burn sage to cleanse all energy in my household. I do the Palo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and that cleanses negative energy. And I do that, like, sometimes even when I'm about to take a bath, like, I do that. I do that to cleanse my ancestors' altar. And so many different religions have ancestor altars, like, or the ways they honor the ancestors. Even with the Mexican culture, like, they have the Day of the Dead. Like, that's honoring your ancestors. Why is that evil? Like, why is y'all mind messing with us like that? These things are evil. But anywho, I am definitely happy where I'm at in my spirituality. I believe in God at the end of the day. I am not afraid of evil or the devil. Shit, matter of fact, I definitely think that there are some things out here worse than evil. Because some of the things that has been done, I don't think you're human. Like, at this point, how are you human? Like, are you human? Like, where you come from? Because, like, how could you do this? Like, how could you be okay? And that's my point I want to make to everybody, why I'm sharing about my religious thing, because that's something that is taboo. Like, it's like, don't talk about religion or politics. And it's like, why the fuck can't you? Like, what do you mean we can't be friends because we have difference of views and opinions? Like, why does that change why we not friends no more? Like, why does it? Why can't we just agree to disagree? I even remember knowing the whole vid period, and like my Jewish mom and I, we disagreed on vaccination. She believed in it and I didn't, and I believed in some different stuff, and I still do. And she did get activated, but she was activated and she saw that she was activated. And it was through text message, but she realized that she was activated, and she was like, you know what, we don't need to have this conversation any further because, I'm getting upset, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't her words for verbatim, but it was okay. It was like, we both have these differences in opinions and views, and we still can love each other and be just as close. Now, she might feel like, I'm out of my mind for having my view, and I might feel like she out of her mind for having her view, and that's okay. But why does that stop us from still having the connection that we have? Now, granted, I do know there are some views that definitely some people need to be on a fucking island. And I get that. But however, most of us are shunning each other for views that don't even affect you. So I will say that, I'm having this conversation about my religion and being open about it. And this is something that I was definitely afraid of letting out of Pandora's box is what I believe in. I do not subscribe to one religion. I love them all. I find the beauty in them all. And I feel like God is collective and we're praying to the same God. And, I also believe that, the devil is out here deviling, but I don't believe that the devil is the worst thing I've came across in my life. Cause, like I said, it's something out here and it don't feel quite human. I feel like the devil gives you a choice, and I feel like something out here ain't giving a fuck about your choices. It is just, the balance is definitely off-centered, and I can't put my finger on it, but this is my truth, that, I believe in a lot of different things, and it works for me. God has been by my side while I have believed in these things. And he has not told me like, hey, look, you can't believe in these things. I think that's one thing that we miss, is that not everybody's path is going to be the same, right? And just because their path is different from yours does not mean that their path is wrong. That just means that is the wrong path for you. So I just want to reiterate, like, that is the wrong path for you. But my path is always going to be my path. My path will always get me to where I was supposed to be at, regardless. I might take a path that ain't so great, but I'm still going to get to where I'm going, and so will you. So mind your path's business. And take in. And when I say mind your past business, that means when it comes to like judgment, you can disagree. You can say, you know, you don't believe in these things. That's fine. However, don't judge me. Don't feel like you about to condemn me and you gonna condemn yourself, because you can't judge what path I was supposed to take. And the paths that we take is the paths we're supposed to take. Like, you can go left, you can go right. Sometimes you'll go up, and sometimes you go down, and sometimes you go sideways. It reminds me of that Dr. Seuss book. I know some people don't really fuck with Dr. Seuss no more, but I'm always love him. I don't know. Like, maybe he did do some foul shit, but that was the time he lived in, so y'all was all right with it then. But I'ma love the work he put out. It's like R. Kelly. I'm not stopped listening to R. Kelly's music. I'm gonna listen to that shit. And this is why I'm gonna listen to that shit, because this is great music. However, the man, he's wrong. Y'all knew he was wrong for years, and y'all covered that shit up. Like, even my daughter, as a young girl, used to make jokes about that shit. But y'all knew. Y'all knew. And then we're going to pretend like we ain't know. It's like when you know you having a surprise party and then you act surprised anyway. Like, we knew what was going on. And I kind of agree with that man. Like, he was fighting for his life. Y'all ain't get him help when y'all first knew. Y'all ain't get him help when he knew about Aaliyah. Y'all ain't get him help. Y'all didn't get him help, period. Like, y'all just let that man, like how I talked about being raped in my video, y'all let y'all mans run out here wild, and now y'all want to just condemn him? No, I'm keeping the music. He can do whatever you want, but I'm keeping the music. And I'm keeping Dr. Seuss books. So all the places you will go. I love that book, and that book describes life to me, and it always has. When I graduated, I read that book, and I read that book throughout childhood, but when I graduated, I read that book, and I knew I would be taking paths to where I'm supposed to be in life and what I'm supposed to do in life. I knew. However, I didn't know it was going to look like it did, but, you know, I survived. I'm okay. I'm here to tell another day, you know, talk about another day, and, you know, I am happy though. Like, I am happy that, you know, my path was my path. I'm happy to take a new path, and that path is so soft and fluffy, and it doesn't mean I don't have problems, but it definitely means that I am definitely viewing things. I am checking myself at the door when toxic shit comes out of me, because, hey, look, I lived 33 years of toxicity, and I have to check myself when things don't, you know, come out right for me, because I'm used to dealing with my emotions as a 4-year-old little girl, and that 4-year-old little girl who did not get heard, did not get valued, and definitely went through a life of people showing her manipulation and no conflict resolution, like all that stuff. So I have to unlearn a lot of things at this point in life. However, I am dedicated, and I'm going to do everything the same way I fought to stay alive is the same way I'm going to fight to be healthy minded. I'm going to fight to, you know, have a healthy body. I'm going to fight to just have a healthy lifestyle. And this is a quote that I said, you know, I was going to coin as mine. I said it in the hospital, and one of the guys was like, you know, that's a good quote. But I spent so much of my life, you know, put so much energy in my life of being miserable. You know, why not put forth energy to be happy? Like, why not? Why not? So the same way that I worked hard to do what I was supposed to do, and do all these things that was just like crazy expectations, like same way I put energy into that and didn't give up is the same way I'm about to heal myself and continue to, you know, work on me. I am not gonna be perfect. I do not wish to be a perfect, but what I do wish for myself is that I always can take accountability of where I went wrong, and actively not try to keep going wrong. Just saying, yeah, you know, I did this wrong, like, I'm gonna do it wrong again. And, you know, there are some things though in me that, like, you know, it's so deep rooted in there. Like, I do have to I had to make these mistakes and see how it comes out each time. So it might come out each time a little differently. And most of my stuff is more of like this, it's this manipulation when it comes to emotion. Like, I don't really know how to say I need help. I don't really know how to say I wish you would do this. I don't know how to say I need you to do this. So like a lot of my manipulation comes out when it comes to those emotions around getting my needs met. And it's not me getting my needs met, whereas in I can do it. It's more of when it's dealing with another person. So I am learning healthier ways of voicing that, and I make mistakes, but I'm learning, and I'm proud of myself, and I give myself so much love and encouragement on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I try to revert back to beating myself up, and I'll be like, nope, 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 you human, you make mistakes. So I'm learning, and I love that for me. And I love you guys for supporting me. And this is my take on my religion. Yeah, I am learning, me again, and I love it. So I will talk to y'all later. Maybe I'll have a story time, maybe tomorrow or something. But yep, this is this. But I see y'all later.